Hey everybody, welcome to the Ability 411. We had an exciting night last night with the vote, with the election night, and I was on the edge of my wheelchair seat watching everything, so hopefully you're happy, and if you're not happy, at least all the ads are over. So that's good news. But anyways, I hope you voted and took part. And yay, I hope you rocked the vote. So anyways, I'm going to jump into this week's topic, which is about the Hurricane Sandy, and in general, kind of just some advice on what to do if there is a storm or a natural disaster. And I have not experienced this quite yet, being in a wheelchair. I am from Virginia Beach, so I have definitely been in some hurricanes. But nothing too severe, actually. It's never really been that bad that I can remember in my lifetime. And certainly, like I said, never in a wheelchair. But, I watched Tiffany's video and actually made me think about a few things and gave me some advice, actually. But I'll give you the advice that I have, that I can think of. But she had some great advice about, being a lot of the things that you need to have prepared just in case you have to get out. And meds are one of the big things that I guess I would have hopefully thought about if a hurricane actually happened, but wasn't thinking about before this video. And I take a lot of meds, and that is something you definitely have to have because these pharmacies aren't going to be open, and you may need to leave, in which case your pharmacy isn't going to be around. So, yeah, meds are a big one. I would be totally screwed without my blood pressure meds. I would be passing out everywhere. So, definitely make sure you have quite a bit of meds to get you through, maybe even a week, just in case you have to leave for a long time, depending on how bad they're saying the storm is going to be. But I would also recommend having kind of like a getaway bag, a backpack packed up. For me, for example, I have a suprapubic catheter, a bag that I have. So I have a day bag, and I have a leg bag, and I have a night bag. But I just think it's a really good idea to always have a backup. I always have a backup here in case the bag breaks or anything like that. So if I'm going to have to leave really fast, it would be nice to have maybe a backpack with an extra tube and extra bag and everything like that, extra cleaning supplies, anything that you need at all medically. It would be nice to have just packed up in a bag ready to go, and plenty of supplies, like for a good week, I would say, just in case. There's a lot of supplies I can think of that I would need, that I use medically, that I would be totally kind of screwed without. So you have to think of everything that you use throughout the day. It's harder for people with spinal cord injuries because it's not just food and water, which are obvious things that you need to have for sure. There's so many other things, supplies for your bowel and bladder program, meds like I talked about, just a lot of things. So we just have to think of a few more things, being in a wheelchair and having all those other issues. So that's my advice. And like Tiffany said, we're kind of more, I don't know how to word it, but like more susceptible to not being able to get out super fast. So if you wait till the last minute, someone able-bodied might be able to throw themselves in a car and just run and go and grab their stuff, and it's not as easy for us. Certainly not as easy for me, being a quadriplegic, to pack a bag, and everything takes me 100 times longer than it did when I was able-bodied. So if I were to think a storm was coming, I would want everything ready to go, and if I needed to leave, I would just need to leave and not wait until the last minute, because it might be too late if I wait till the last minute. So that's my advice. And my heart goes out to X. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Storms do suck, like Tiffany said. And so I hope you're okay. And for anyone else who endured anything from Sandy, I hope you guys are okay. And I'm in North Carolina, and it was just really gross here. It was nothing dangerous. I was just cold and wet, and that was pretty much it. But my heart goes out to all of you. And like Tiffany said, as far as donating to the Red Cross, they really need it right now. So you can go to redcross.org and see, on the website what they're needing. Even if you can't do money, maybe you can do some food, some canned food, And I did not know this, but you could text, she said 90999. You could text Red Cross to 90999, and that will be a $10 donation to them. So, to Red Cross. So, if you can do that, go for it. If you can do food, do that, or if you can do some bottled water, I'm sure they need that. I'm sure there's a list on the website of things that they need. So, go for it. And I am happy to be back. I'm happy we're doing video this week, and I look forward to seeing y'all next week on Wednesday. Talk to you later.